Good morning. This is Bill from Europa, Naples, and today I have this 2014 Porsche Panamera S. This is labeled the Panamera 2. 14 brought a little bit of a redesign, but truly it's not that much different from the previous to be noticeable by anyone but the most diehard Panamera fans. You'd be a little bit pressed to call these cars beautiful. I suppose it's all in the eye of the beholder. Some may look at it and go, oh my God, what a dashing, handsome, stylistic machine. And, I suppose it is, but it's not, what I would consider classically beautiful. It looks a little bit like a stretch 911, which I suppose is what Porsche had in mind. One thing that's fascinating about these cars is they sell like absolute hotcakes globally, all over the world. In fact, China is, I think, the biggest market for them right now. It is, of course, a four-seat sedan. It's got two buckets in the back. It is, a very attractive car. You can't deny that, in terms of being very long and sleek and sinister, low roof line, that sort of stretch 911 front end, the rear end that's supposed to emulate a 911 or, maybe an AMC Pacer, but probably a 911. And you can see the badging back there, the big four pipes on the bottom. Here's what this thing does better than anything else. It becomes a fantastic car. It's an incredible machine to drive. And at the end of the day, that's truly what it's all about. So let's look in the back. To do that, we press this little button here. I presume if it had a rear wiper, it would go there with a button on top. I like it without the rear wiper because it kind of, I don't know, when I think of a rear wiper, I think of a 82 Crown Victoria wagon. Anyway, you can see a nice big rear hatch here. Those are fold down rear seats. You've got spots here and here so you can fit a couple of sets of golf clubs in there, no problem. Has the Porsche all-weather mats. There's some stuff underneath here. You got your Bose sound and inflator and that sort of thing. Nice. You got some kind of a cargo net here. Look at that. Comes to the back. Very, very cool. And again, those rear seats do fold down if you need to turn into a general contractor. Have a look under the hood, then we'll get into the cabin. Now, all new for 14 is this engine you're about to look at. Now, some could say this engine was inspired by, again, its popularity in China, because anything over 3 liters there gets subject to a pretty huge tax. And, not coincidentally, this is a twin-turbocharged 3-liter V6. That's new in the S, replacing an earlier V8. The thing is, it puts out 20 more horsepower than the 8. It revs higher, and it returns about 20% better fuel mileage. So not much to not like about that. It's an absolute screamer. Again, 420 horse in this thing. It gets up and moves. You can see it's, very clean under there. 25,000 mile 14. You'd expect it to be mint, and it doesn't disappoint. This engine is mated to Porsche's rather incredible PDK 7-speed dual clutch automatic, sort of shiftable manual, automatic manual, robotic manual, manual automatic, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's a fantastic transmission. And, the two of these things combined make for a pretty incredible driving experience. You can see the lovely restyled headlights. They're a little bit more sleek. They've got LEDs inside of them, which Porsche didn't put a ton of thought into. I guess LEDs are hip, so Porsche said, all right, you want LEDs? There they are, and they stuck them in. Revised air dam in the bottom, sucking a ton of air into that big twin-turbo engine. And again, very good-looking car in its own special Porsche sedan sort of way. And who would have thought it, the Porsche sedan? Truly, who would have thought that, 20 years ago? And yet here it is. It sells like crazy. And yeah, it's pretty nice to look at. 20-inch bi-spoke wheels there. You've got, your dinner plates for brakes. Those are even bigger than dinner plates. Look at that. Look at the caliper on that thing. Dear God. And these aren't even those ridiculous ceramic brakes, which cost a fortune to maintain. And they're still massive, multi-piston brakes down there, of course, front and rear. Nice stuff. All right, let's have a look inside. In the rear, you see, quite simple. You've got this lovely piano black and aluminum trim everywhere. Nice fit and finish, nice quality materials. I love the jet engine styled pull handles there. You've got a center console that sort of mimics the one in the front. You got your vents. in the middle, on the side, up here, so you're not going to freeze or boil to death in the back. Of course, those are also heated. Nice perforated leather on there. Just a very comfy place to be, and you can see plenty of leg room. You know, when you're in the back of this car, you're not going to be miserable. Have a look inside. Now, you know, here's what Porsche is doing so bloody well these days, and that's building gorgeous cabins. I mean, look at this thing. Look at the styling and the materials. See, it's got Bose sound. Here's your windows, your mirrors. Look at the fancy, incredible styling on the switches. Again, those thruster style interior door handles, your memory seats, Panamera S entryway, sort of the brushed nickel, brushed aluminum look on the seat controls. It's just gorgeous. That part is certainly gorgeous. They've got this kind of ridiculous key. It's kind of shaped like the car. You know, I don't know. Yeah, I guess people like it. Let's fire it up. Of course, on the left-hand side, very traditional Porsche. Love that Panamera S silhouette on the Porsche command unit there. Get our seatbelt on. All right, so look at this beautiful sport steering wheel it's got. You got grippies at the 10 and 2s. You got paddle shifters for the PDK. No, I'm sitting so far forward. Memory seat setting. I turn the radio down. Here's one of my favorite Porsche features, and that's that electronic gauge. That's programmable, adjustable. You see you've got the nav map on there, but you can go through the phone, trip computer. It'll measure the tire pressure in a minute after it runs. You know, gauges and such, audio, and of course back to nav and the map. So very, very nice. And otherwise, you've got a ton of gauges. You can see which one Porsche thinks is the most important. Obviously, the tach. Turn the e-brake off there. Every Porsche is a track car at heart, and this thing does phenomenally well at the track for a big sedan. You can drift it, you can hammer it. It sticks to the pavement. It drives way better than most other sedans out there. You see, you got your oil temp, pressure, you know, water temp, fuel, so on and so forth. 25,000 miles on the clock. Very nice. I love the Porsche crest staring at you and letting you know what you are. You got a clock up there in the middle of the dash. Let's get some AC going. It's hot as hell this morning. There we go. We'll also get some cool seats. A friend of mine, when we drive together, you know, if he thinks I'm not noticing, he always turns on the heated seats. And one of these days, I will shoot him. I will. I'm not kidding. I'm going to actually draw and shoot him. And then I'll probably have to take out myself because I can't go to prison. But when it's 90 degrees outside and someone nails you with a heated seat, it is, frankly, a capital offense. And they should probably not, you know, survive it. So here is Porsche's PCM. Nice stuff. That gives you your it's touch screen. Let's see, that gives you your navigation, your Bluetooth. Not available. Bluetooth is available. You can have media, desk, jukebox, auxiliary, your tuner, AM, FM, SAT. Very, very nice stuff. You can go through all the buttons there. And Porsche does give you buttons, although once you get used to them, they're all pretty easy to handle. This is just your climate control stuff, your heated and cool seats, your sport setting, suspension setting. That does some neat stuff when you press that. This will turn off your traction control if you want to get crazy on the twisties. Again, the lovely piano black and aluminum trim. Very, very nice stuff. What is that? That's cup holders. Porsche's crazy over-engineered sweep-out cup holders. And down here you got, of course, a glove box with some books in it and such. Again, more buttons up here. You got a power sunroof. Nice. And everything proper and as it should be. Self-dimming mirror, and I'm sure there's going to be home link on here somewhere, up here somewhere. Yeah, garage door openers. Here's this PDK. It is a fantastic shifter, fantastic transmission, just a joy. Instant shifts, perfect double clutching. You can go to manual and ratchet your way through it. You leave it in drive and just, you know, like you're going to the library. You can, of course, do the flippity flips when you're in manual. And what a driving experience this is. You know, the faster you go in this car, it reminds me of a Maserati in that way, the Quattroporte. It seems like the faster you go in that car, the smaller and better the car becomes in terms of feeling like a tight package. And this Panamera is exactly the same. instant power from that V6. They do that surprising. And again, 420 horse. I mean, this thing will fly. I don't want to run over the bicyclist, but God, I'm tempted. And, you know, in this mode, I'm in sport, but just, you know, sort of driving around, it's, you know, just a nice, comfy, proper feeling. You know, you can go, let's see what we do. We're in first gear now. All right, let's see. All right, well, that's one of those phone calls that sort of gets in the way of filming. You know, I really think they should give me another phone. I know I saw in the comment section that I should just put it in airplane mode, and I do appreciate that, but damn it, I want another phone. It just makes more sense. Then I can receive phone calls while I'm filming, and you can see how badly I treat the people who call me. Now, if I want to go into manual mode, I can just go over here to the left. You see I'm in fourth gear. I'm going to downshift third, second. I'll stick with that and nail it. Oh man, and it just gives you this joyous, steady, high quality pull. You know, you just feel the tightness of the car, the suspension, the chassis. You know, meanwhile, it handles bumps nice, goes down the road nice, but when you want to turn this thing into a fire-breathing monster, it is there waiting for you, and that's a pretty sweet feeling. So, look, if you have an interest, give us a call. This is 2014 Porsche Panamera S. Sweet piece, very, very nice car, triple black, 25,000 miles. It's a CPO car. It's still covered under CPO. In fact, I think it just started not that long ago. But before I promise it to you, I got to make sure Porsche's CPO is still transferable when going through a dealership, but we'll see. Anyway, there it is, 14. Oh, it does have factory warranty left. God, listen to me ramble. So either way, you're covered for a while. Triple black, 14 Panamera S, 420 horsepower, PDK, gorgeous, gorgeous car in its own way, and ready to go. 239-649-7300 on the web at mercedesexpert.com. Thanks so much for having a look. We appreciate it. We'll see you with the next one. Take care. I'm going to hang on for a second, hit it. God, those quick shifts, incredible. Oh, God, the way that does that.